What are we talking about? We're talking about the fantastic adventures of Unico. Drunk Dave reviews whatever he fucking wants. Oh yeah, it's happening by special request. Most of you have no idea what this is, but that's okay. I'm here to share. Yeah. So, Unico. It's old school, 1981, which was the year I was born. Okay? Do the math. There's like 3 acts, and each act is about a half an hour. And yes, there are 2 songs that you kind of have to sit through, but there's only 2, and they're not very long. You can sit through them without blowing your brains out. Yes, Unico's a little boy unicorn. I know, right? Unico is born to I don't know, a pack, a herd, a litter. Unico is born in a litter of unicorns. And Unico has the amazing ability to bring happiness and joy wherever he goes. He's like Jesus, weird pig dog Jesus. He doesn't look like a unicorn at all. Pig dog or corn, okay? But, so Unico is going around spreading joy just because that's what Unico does, and the gods, the gods, they're like pissed. Fuck you, Unico, you're fucking stealing our thunder! And they call the west wind to take him to the hill of oblivion, which is fucked up. The gods are fucked up. The gods call the night wind, which they're afraid of, which doesn't make sense. If you're gonna call somebody, you shouldn't be afraid of them. That's just smart business. That's just business. And then after Unico gets taken away by the West Wind, you get some retro opener. It's all retro Star Wars in your face. It's all Unico! So then the West Wind feels bad and drops him off on the island of mist or whatever. And he meets Beezle, which is the devil of solitude's son, Beezle. He looks like a stoned Muppet with a green belly button. That's what he looks like. And Beezle's like, I'll be your friend if you give me your horn, motherfucker. And Unico gives it up like a slut. And Beezle runs around the island and fucks up his own shit. Beezle's riding Unico around, like spanking him and poking him in the ass. It's like 50 Shades of Unico. And then, Beezle has his fun, feels bad, gives his horn back by jumping into the sea, which is poison to devils. And then Unico turns into a real pegacorn, because that's a pegacorn, and saves Beezle. And then the West Wind shows up and goes, you can't stop spreading joy like herpes, we gotta go. And takes him away. But anyway, Unico meets Katie the cat, and Katie the cat wants to be Katie the kitty witch. Katie the kitty witch, that's the song. She has this weird ass song where she's talking about being a witch so she can do whatever she wants to you and ha ha ha. But no, seriously, in the background there's these weird felt cats and they're like nightmare jazz handing at you and they're like, ah! It's weird. Turns out Unico not only can become a pegacorn if you love him, but if he likes you, he can grant wishes, like turning Katie into a human. And she's a stupid-ass human. And Unico says, I don't like you, so you a cat. That's what he says. If I don't like you, you can't be human, bitch! He doesn't say it like that, but that's what he says. She meets Baron Von Ghostface, Baron de Ghost, or whatever his fucking fancy pants name is. And it's not weird at all. Come on, man. He just showed up and it was creepy on a horse. And then he's like, do you live around here? Shut the fuck up. Come to my castle tomorrow and don't fucking tell anybody. And she's like, okay, what the fuck? And then she's like mocking him. Do you live around here, little girl? Oh no, I'm just a kitty cat. Oh man, thank God I didn't say that. That's real. Thank God she didn't say that. And, she goes, but the night before, he goes out and, curses all the berries and makes them crazy evil berries, and all the animals start attacking all the other animals, and there's this wounded monkey that falls. And the next day, Unico finds the monkey. When Katie is there, Katie leaves. Katie makes it all the way through the forest on drunk berries, and the forest just kind of helps her along, all the way to the castle. And Unico was still licking this monkey. She made it all the way through the forest and he was licking this monkey for at least an hour. Just licking a monkey at the bottom of a tree. That's weird, Unico. What the fuck? So then Unico goes into the forest to try and find Katie and realizes the forest is all messed up and the forest tries to get him, right? So he uses his horn, first like a sword, which is kind of awesome, turns into a dragonfly, flies into the castle where Katie is being a drunk slut, which is happening, finds her, then uses his horn as a drill, and drills a hole all the way out of the place. Right? Just drills out of the castle like it's fucking Shawshank. It's fucking crazy. And Katie's just pounding this wine. Ooh, and he puts the little like roofie berry. It's totally roofie. He roofies her and goes, drink, bitch. And she does. And then she goes, can I have another? Can I have another? Can I have another? Fucking cat. And when Unico bursts out of the ground with drunk-ass Katie, this is when the West Wind decides to grab Beezle and be like, okay, now we need to help, because all we've done for the entire movie is nothing. So Beezle and the West Wind show up to help Unico, and Unico's like, I got this, and flies up and kills the Baron, just flies up and kills him, right? And he impales himself. And that's when shit gets real, because he turns into aqua cowhead demon, whatever he is. And, you know, there's lava. Shit is real. Self-sacrifice beats demon lord fish face. After the triumph of Unico, Unico disappears because the West Wind is carrying Unico off somewhere else, because that's the theme. And the old woman breaks it down to Katie, hey, that was a unicorn, you stupid bitch. That's why he's so special. That's why he can't stick around. Oh, by the way, it must be this one special unicorn who goes around and spreads joy like the plague. Because that's what he does. And it's a sad ending. It's kind of bittersweet. You know, Unico wins and everything, but now Unico's going off on another adventure for another time. Yes, it's for kids, so you could let your kids watch it. It's from like the 4 to about 8 range. Once they're about 10, it's a little too young for them, but you know what? If they've got younger siblings, they'll get roped into watching it again, and they'll probably still enjoy it. Like I said, there's only 2 songs! Only 2! Which is nice. And they're really short. Considering it's 1981, the animation really isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good, considering how cheap they were going, because they're going pretty cheap. But no, seriously, it's not bad. The voice acting is not great. It's not great. It's okay for kids. If you're a connoisseur, you're gonna look at this, no, that's fucking awful. And you're right. But for a kid, it's fine. If you don't want to spoon feed them a bunch of Disney shit, you can use this for a substitute. It's okay. Alright, it's not Disney with their 7-song minimum. My official rating and my unofficial rating system, watchable. It's watchable. If you've got it, great, and if not, don't worry about it. It's okay. Unico is like Pringles. Once you've had a little bit, you may as well finish the fucking container. You might as well. This is AniView by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. If you have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below and I will get back to you. See you next time.
A magical broom and a magical hat. I'm Katie the Kitty Witch. So if you ever need a magical cat, Katie's the kitty to call. There are all kinds of cats, some are wicked, some are good, and I know more magic than a good cat should.